How are your tax dollars, and this is where it gets kind of sticky. I'm not a lawyer, okay? So I'm not going to play the lawyer. I'm going to give you information. And what you can do is you can look it up. I'm going to give you the law verbatim. There's something called an MSP, okay? An MSP is a multi-state plan, is what it is. You've read about it. You might have seen it through some of the articles, some of the information you've gotten. An MSP is a multi-state plan. It's heavily regulated. It's a private sector insurance plan operated under the auspice of the government, the Office of Personnel Management, OPM, okay? So an MSP is a multi-state program that's got to be put together and offered to individuals, and it's run by the Office of Personnel Management. If you read through there, we're on the page now where it says how our tax dollars will be used. MSPs will be required and phased into all states. Year number one, we're in year number one, 30 states have to offer an MSP, multi-state plan. Year number two, 35 states. Year number three, 43. And by 2017, the whole nation has to have the ability to offer an MSP program, a multi-state plan which is run by the government. Okay, now, how do your dollars fund this? Here's what happens. You have a multi-state plan, and I'm going to get into this in a second. We're going to talk about the Hyde Amendment. But you have a multi-state plan which is run by the Office of Personnel Management, okay, which is the government. It's promoted. It's incentivized, okay? It's advertised as a health care program, which you can buy into, okay? Any individual can buy into an MSP, which will be offered nationwide through tax dollars. Your tax dollars will be used to advertise and incentivize, just like I said. But here's where it gets the back door. Go to your next page. Section 1334A. I'll let you all get there, because I want you to be able to read it. It's tricky reading, but I have wrote it out for you as the law is written. This isn't Duane Hack 101. This is the ACA law. Section 1334A6 of ACA says this, talking about the multi-state plan. In entering contracts under this subsection, the Director of OPM, which is the Office of Personnel Management, shall ensure that with respect to MSPs, which are qualified health plans, offered in the exchange, there is at least one such plan that does not provide coverage of services described in Section 103B1BI. I don't have a parenthesis there. I should have put a parenthesis to make it more, add clarity for you. But with the parentheses, what 1033B1BI is, it's a section called the Hyde Amendment. How many of you have heard of the Hyde Amendment before? Okay. What the Hyde Amendment is, it basically says that you can't use federal funding tax dollars for abortions except for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. Okay? So knowing that now, when you go back to look at that where that parenthesis should have been, which section is a definition of the Hyde Amendment regarding abortions which are covered, rape, incest, and narrow set of conditions regarding the life of the mother? All being said, an MSP, multi-state plan, overseen by the OPM, the Office of Personnel Management, have the ability to write and promote health care policies through federal exchanges using your tax dollars, funded by and promoted by the Office of Personnel Management, that bypass the Hyde Amendment. So what they're saying is we're going to take these tax dollars from you, we're going to use them to promote, incentivize, advertise these multi-state programs. This program will bypass the Hyde Amendment that says you can't use federal tax dollars except for rape, incest, or the life of the mother. It's allowing you to use it for an elective abortion. Okay? And here's how it defines it even more. Nothing in this title, this is what Section 1303, look at further down. Section 1303B1 of Affordable Care says this. Nothing in the title, and this part is important, or any amendment made by this title, because you can amend a law, you can add an amendment to it, but it says any amendment made by this title shall be construed to require a qualified health plan to provide coverages of services described in, and it points it back up, the Hyde Amendment, as part of its essential health benefits for any plan, the issuer of a qualified health plan shall determine whether or not the plan provides coverages or services described in subsection B1 or B II as part of the self-benefits. So you're going to have somebody that's overseeing this health care program, okay? You're going to have an individual that is sponsored and funded through the OPM, which is the Office of Personnel Management, deciding and saying, you know what, this is a good healthcare MSP through the exchange, and you can go ahead and promote this one, okay, using tax dollars that bypass the Hyde Amendment, okay? And that's what that section talks about, that last sentence right there. It bypasses the Hyde Amendment. It says you can have an elected abortion using the funds through tax dollars. Let me see here. On the bottom here, I've got here, the issuer of a qualified health program shall determine whether or not the plan provides coverages of described in subparagraph B1 and B2. Another way, that's your tax dollars. How many of y'all heard of something called navigators? Y'all heard of the navigators? Okay. Most of what a navigator is somebody that's basically on the government roll, and they're allowed to go ahead and assist you in setting up your through the ACA. Okay, they're basically an administrator of the ACA or administrator of the government to help you navigate yourself through the Affordable Care Act. But as we've been able to study and learn, a majority of these navigators are being placed in Planned Parenthood facilities. And these navigators are pushing, I won't say pushing, these navigators are being used to show individuals different programs within the ACA. And so if I'm Planned Parenthood and I get $584 million of federal tax dollars to be used for Planned Parenthood, where am I going to push or at least show these people these different type of programs? Through the ACA. It's through that elective abortion program. And so the navigators are being used to help and promote it in that respect as well. And who's paying for the navigators? We are. A backdoor way to push abortion through the Affordable Care Act.